All right. Hello, hello. Hope you are having an amazing day. Wanted to pop in here super briefly to show you guys what I've been working on today. This is something that I will be uploading. This is the Watch What You Think worksheet. So if you have not ever heard from me before, hello, my name is Kavelyn Day. I am the founder of the School Social Worker and Mental Health Provider Group. I have had this group up and running for about 4 years-ish right now. I'm also the creator of the School-Based Session Planner, which is a master spreadsheet of over 300 free links to resources and tools. So if you haven't checked out the School-Based Session Planner, look under the Units tab of this group, and you can take a peek at that and see a discount code to get your copy. This is a free worksheet that I have created for you guys, and I'm going to just talk a little bit about how I would use this today. And this is going to be uploaded in my newly created free resource library on my website. So I'll have some more information about that and how you can get access to the freebies that I have in there. So this worksheet is based off of that old acronym think that was going around a lot when we started talking about social media, and it asked kids before they would post to think, is this true, helpful, important, necessary, and kind? So it uses the acronym think. I decided to kind of tweak this, so this is kind of our resource remix for the week. I decided to tweak this a little bit and focus on the self-talk component. So asking kids to focus on what they're thinking. So the first box, you just ask them to write in a thought, and this can be any type of thought that you want. I really wanted this worksheet to be something that could be kind of general, so you can do the writing for a younger kid. I would go as young as maybe first or second grade. But for an older kid, you could definitely have them do this worksheet on their own, or have them do some of the writing to get that therapeutic kind of journaling process in. And then you just kind of go through step by step, and you ask them to reframe and think about, is this statement true? And so I might pull out the dictionary and look up the word true, look up the definition of a fact versus a feeling, and really kind of dive in. So is this statement true? So, or, and if there's parts of the thought that they have that are true, so kind of ask them, well, what are the true parts of this thought? So maybe the truth is that they lost somebody really close to them and they loved that person. Like, that might be the truth. So is this thought a true thought, and or what parts of this thought are true? You can also kind of flip this and say, like, if this thought were true, what would that mean? So you can kind of take that a little step further if you have some older kiddos. So then you might ask them, is this thought a helpful thought? Like, when you think this thought, does it help you to feel better? Does it help you to achieve the goals that you have set? If you're working on a particular goal with the student, maybe they want to make it to the basketball team. Does thinking that nobody cares about you making it to the basketball team help you make it to the basketball team or not? So you get them into the habit of kind of checking their thoughts. Is this thought important? Well, maybe it's true, but it's not important, right? It doesn't really matter in this moment. It's just something that happened. And this is incredibly important for like middle school kids who get completely wrapped into this cognitive loop where they're focused on everybody thinking about them or talking about them, or they're so embarrassed. Is this really going to be important? I might even go, is this going to be important 5 weeks from now, 5 years from now? Is this going to be important 5 days from now? So I might even go a little bit deeper with how important is this to get that scaling perspective in there. Is this a necessary thought? Is this thought really needed? No, it's not really necessary. Okay, well, we can go ahead and discount that. And then, is this thought kind? And the key at this piece is, if this thought is something that was being said to someone else, do you think this would be considered kind? Right? And this is really important when you ask kids, if this was being said to your best friend, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, would you consider this to be kind? And if the answer is no, then you kind of worked your way through this process. And here's the thing that I would do in terms of the way that they're thinking, because kids, they're not necessarily having the skills of that emotional intelligence, which we're trying to build. And so you really want to get them into the habit of, if this is a thought that doesn't have all of these pieces, or at least the majority of these pieces in play, this might not be a thought that's worth thinking, right? So you might be thinking it, but is it worth thinking, right? And if not, How can we make it worth thinking? And then you can work your way back in reverse. So how can we make this thought a kind thought? How can we make this thought something that's necessary for our lives? How can we make this thought something that's important or connected to something important? How can we make this thought helpful so that it helps us to achieve our goals? How can we make this thought true? And then they might come up with one or two alternative thoughts that will help them feel better. This is another reframing tool. I have shared some reframing tools again under that school-based session planner unit. I showed an online version of a reframing tool, but this is a paper pencil version. You could do this with a classroom if there's maybe a conflict in a classroom. You could do this with a whole group lesson, but this is a really, really simple worksheet that I've created for you guys. It will be uploaded by the end of the week into the free resource library, and I'm going to share with you how to sign up for your access to that. Like I said, that resource library is free. I'll be adding things periodically, but it's a great worksheet, and I think that you all will really like it.